Hey guys, Lego Man 7777 doing my second to last review to finish up the summer 2014 line. We have the Mos Eisley Cantina. So let's take a gander. We got ages 8 to 14, 75052. It is the Mos Eisley Cantina and has 616 pieces. If you want to buy it, it's $69.99. So let's see here. What do we got? We got new minifigures. We have 8 in total minifigures. And that's pretty much it for the front of the box. So let's take a quick look at the back of the box. I know you can't see everything, but there's features and all kinds of stuff that I will show you. Greedo and Han Solo scene, just a whole bunch of stuff that I will get to. This is the longest box, I guess you could say, in the wave. It's bigger than the Star Destroyer and AT-AT boxes, long-wise. I think it might be the same size as the Ghost. Not entirely sure. I haven't really looked into that, and that doesn't really matter. But let's continue. So we have booklet 1. There's 2 booklets in this set. This one just has a minifigure gallery, and you all know all the minifigures by this point. So here is the end of book 1. We are putting something on, and this is a good 45 pages in. So this book is not actually very long. Book number 1. 45 pages is not that bad, if you ask me. And our final page, where we can see the full digital model, and it kind of ruins and shows some stuff, but here's the final page, which is 49 pages long. So in total, this is 94 pages of building. It's not super long. Did they need to split it up into 2 books? Not really, but I'm sure they would anyway. So 94 pages. It's a longer build than most of the sets in the wave. It's a little shorter than the Ghost, which is the next size up. Yeah, and then there's the MTT. But let us get into the many minifigures in the set. Can we focus, please? There we go. Alright. So our first minifigure is Han Solo. Why can I not see Han Solo? Probably because of this. Oh, there we go. Now we can see Han Solo. But he is actually not new. He's the same as the last version of Han Solo. So, there's that. Does he have a dual-sided face? He does have a dual-sided face. So here's face number 1. And here's his not impressed looking face. So there is the 2 faces of Han Solo. Nice and easy. I don't remember the last set that came with Han Solo, but he was in it. Whatever set that was, it was the same one. So here's our first brand new minifigure, and probably my favorite in this set, if you ask me, is the newly designed Sand Trooper. And it's, he's got some new body printing that's different, but other than that, he's pretty much standard Stormtrooper with this black printing here. But just look at all the sand detail. That's a lot of detail. Just for one minifigure. He's the only Sand Trooper of his kind. You only get one in the set, and there's no other sets as of right now that include him. But here's his backpack. He does have a little bit of normal Stormtrooper back printing, but you can't see that because of the backpack. And he has a normal gun, or a long-ranged DC-15 rifle. Our next new minifigure, which is also pretty cool, is old Obi-Wan Kenobi, which they gave him his robe. They would have gave him a cape and a hood. Would have been great. I mean, I'm not complaining. This is a good minifigure. It shows the Jedi tunic underneath the robe that he wears, which is always nice. And you can see he's got gray hair and a blue lightsaber. Does he have a dual-sided face? I don't think he does. He does not. He just has a single-sided face. But that's Obi-Wan. Minifigure number 4 is Luke Skywalker, which he's also brand new. And it must be the legs and the face, because the body printing looks normal. And that's the back printing. I know he has a dual-sided face. So here's face number 1, happy. And here is you're messing with me at the bar, leave me alone. And he comes with, binoculars and his lightsaber. 5th minifigure is also brand new. It is newly designed Greedo. Look at the blue color. I like the way the color looks. His legs and arms. But he's a new minifigure, and it's Greedo. Kinda knew he was going to be in the set regardless of who else was in the set. And he's just got a small pistol like Han Solo. 6th minifigure is a Bith musician that plays a Cantina band song that everyone pretty much knows. But he's got standard gray legs, just minimal body printing like he did in the movie. But the main thing is his head, which is, when you think of Alien, pretty much this guy right here. He's got his own musical instrument that he plays. And the other 2 are also Bith musicians, but they have different instruments. So you can see he's got this instrument. The other guy actually can't hold his instrument because it's somewhere else. But here's just a good look at the Bith himself without holding anything. Now, there's a couple other things I want to show before we zoom into the set. It's over $50, so you get a brick separator. Always lovely. You get this. This is for the Sand Trooper. And there's a purpose for it in a little bit. And here is, this is for the Sand Trooper as well. You also get a saddle, which again is for the Sand Trooper. And you take the Sand Trooper sniper rifle, and you put that in this little clip here. Just like this, like that. So he doesn't have to worry about that. Now you take the Sand Trooper, the good old boy that he is, and you give him the reins that he wants to have. And so here's the Sand Trooper holding the reins. This is kind of how you want to do it. And then you put him on the saddle. Making sure you don't break everything that I already did. Okay, so here's the Sand Trooper on the saddle, which is what you want to do. You want it to look something like this. And then you can give him the big control thing. This is to help him control what he will be riding, which I will show you guys. So here's the complete Sand Trooper getup. He's all ready to go. And he's not a minifigure, but so far they do give us a do-back. You can see his eye detail. He does have skin detail. Detail all over. And, this is one solid piece, minus the opening mouth, which you can see right there. He's one piece, one nice solid piece. So that's always nice of Lego. They went and did that, but you can see his teeth. He's got teeth in there too. So what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna take these 4 green pieces off of him, and I'll do that real quick if I can. don't even know if I can. There we go. I got it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they just give you these 4 little green pieces. Nothing real special about them. And now that he has this, you put your sand trooper on there. Did I get it? And you fold all the little things around. So now the sand trooper's riding the dewback. And then you put the reins on these little pegs right here by his face. And we'll show you that as soon as I get it. And there we go. Now the sand trooper is riding the dewback. So there is that. That's his thing. Last thing I want to show up close is the moisture farming little tower that they give you. It's not too important, but I just wanted to show you it up close. That it is part of the set. So now we can focus back in, finally, to what's happening. Alright, next we have the new Landspeeder design. It is a new color. I don't know, the color itself isn't new, but it's a new color for the Landspeeder. And I'll compare it to the last version that came out many years ago, in February of some year, 2009 I want to say. And here's the bottom of that. You can focus, maybe. There we go. So you can get a better look at that. There's a sticker detail here. This part is the only one with stickers on it. So here's 1 engine, 2 engine, 3 engine, controls, little sticker here. Here's what the back looks like. But just like the last Landspeeder, you take, not that. No, you don't do that. That's no. You want to take this whole piece off, and this is the storage area where you put Luke and Obi-Wan's stuff. And I'll get all that in there real quick. I'd show you guys, but it'd just be me fumbling around, dropping stuff. So here is all of that stuff in there. The lightsabers and the binoculars. And of course I did it wrong, so it doesn't actually stay. You can do it. No, you can do it. Because I had it before. I think I got it this time. There we go. So there, it does all fit nice and snug, and then I'll put Obi-Wan and Luke in the speeder. So there is Luke and Obi-Wan in the Landspeeder, and that's it for the Landspeeder. It doesn't really do too much, it's just there. I love this design here, how they built that. So there's all that. Now, we can actually get into the Cantina part of the set. Let's move all these guys. These 4 pieces are useless now. So, like it shows on the box, if you fold this out like this, and this out like this, you can see the extended way of the Cantina. See if I can maybe zoom in. Oh, well then we can't see nothing if I zoom in. But here's a better look at all the stuff in the Cantina. Trying to get the camera to stay like this, but I don't think it will. But anyway, there is the 2 middle rooms are where most of the people go. And the side is a bar, and then the big dome area is, I believe it's the spot where Han, Obi-Wan, and Luke talk about getting on the Millennium Falcon. I believe that's where it is, what that spot is representing. So let me just zoom out just a little bit to about right here, so you can still kind of see what I'm doing. Now what I do Now there is another feature. This is a feature I want to show real quick. If you spin this around, this is what the backside of the cantina looks like. Kind of boring looking. But this piece right here, it's just a small little container. And inside is a bone for the dewback, for whatever reason. And if you push that, that slides forward. And that pushes these rooms out. Pushes these rooms out. So as you can see, if I push it like that, now the rooms are out and easier for me to get to. Now in this little room, these little brown chairs, is where Han and Greedo are talking. You know, where Greedo wants his money and all that fun stuff, and Greedo dies. Now this thing right here, this thing is like the drums or piano version for the Cantina band members, and that's what the one dude plays, the guy who doesn't have an instrument, and he just sits. He sits right here. That's how he does it. And then you put that like that. So he's playing his instrument, and then you got how did I do this last time? You got one of the dudes standing back here. So you got two of the guys, and then up in the front you have this guy. So they give you a spot for all three of the band players to be. You can see them all. That's where they play their music. So that's it for that. Those rooms slide in. Now if we look into the bar area that I just slided out, there's some unique things about the bar. And I'll see if I can focus into the bar a little bit. So there is the bar. It's kind of hard to see things. But I'll show you as I wish I could take the bar off. But I can't actually do that because it's built into the walls. Huh. Well, guess we're moving the camera in to show the bar. So here's the bar. In those two little drawers that come out are there's money in the top drawer, 3 gold coins. As you can see, there's a drink dispenser back there, and that little gold thing dispenses other kinds of drinks. And there's a mug on the counter. Sorry that it's shaky. There's nothing I can really do about that. And then he's got a little pistol, and on that gray piece, this piece right here, there's a little computer for him to check up drinks and stuff. So that's the little bar. Now over on this side, you can see it's a dark, kind of scary looking room. And if you do this right here, there's a little lever right here. And if you pull it, the door does open. And inside of that, which we're not going to... There we go. Inside of that, you can see stuff. But, so they can do that. I zoomed out by itself, obviously. You can actually open that up, and that's where Han and Luke and Kenobi talk about getting on the Millennium Falcon and all that fun stuff. And this huge piece opens up so you can mess around on the inside without having to open all of this up. Now, this big bubble piece could be used, hypothetically, to make a Ultimate Collector's Gunship. Just saying, that'd be really cool. In my opinion, it'd be really cool. I don't know what you guys think, but I think that'd be sweet. But that is all. 'Tis all for the features of the Cantina. Now what I do is I actually fold Oh no. This guy's gonna go in the bar. He's gonna be playing from the bar. But it does all fold up nicely. So you can keep it compact like that. And the last thing is on the back. On either side, there's these two little hinge pieces that you guys can see, and you can just put that on there like that. That's what they do in the set on the back, way back here. So all that fun stuff. And that is it for the Cantina itself and all the stuff it does. Now, this is the dewback. So let's just give you a size comparison of the dewback compared to another animal that LEGO likes to make. And it is the Tauntaun. So there's a comparison of the dewback and the Tauntaun. Obviously the dewback is bigger. I don't know what that is. But they are the same height for the riders, but obviously this is way smaller. And then the last thing I wanted to compare before we wrap this little review up is the two versions of the Landspeeder. Now there isn't a whole much different other than the engines are changed a little bit, and the color obviously. Like this is the new one I told you. It's a darker color than the old version of the Cantina. It wasn't in the Cantina, it's its own set. But there is that. Otherwise, I mean, they're pretty much the same. They both open up in the back. The only real difference, like I said, is the way the engines look. And all that fun, lovey-dovey stuff. But, you know, this comes with it anyway, so don't strain yourself if you don't have the old speeder. But that is all for the Cantina. I think it's a pretty cool set, to be honest. It's different. It's definitely different looking. Comes with some neat stuff. It is, I mean, it's not super big for $70, but you do get a lot of stuff in the set. You know, the Landspeeder and the dewback and all that fun stuff that you do get. There's quite a few features, and you get the musicians that people wanted, and a new Greedo. It's always nice to have. I get it for the dewback and the Sand Trooper just because I think that's cool. But it's not a huge set, but it is, and it is a little under what the piece count should be. There should be about 700 pieces, but there's 616, which isn't terrible. But anyway, just one more review in the wave, and I will get that up as soon as I can. But thanks for watching. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't, and if you want to. See you guys later.